Hello Arlington, how are you today? So today we're going to add more of our yoga stuff into our session, which is kind of one of my favourite ways of teaching. So we're going to do a good half an hour of yoga Pilates base with nice deep stretching going on, but we are actually going to start on our feet today. So just stand at the back of your mat. So you won't see my upper body to begin with, but that's fine. Just listen to my instructions, they're pretty easy to follow. So just spread your toes and take your feet and heels a little bit wider. So I'm kind of to the edges of my mat. And I'm going to take a deep breath in, softening through the knees. I'm just going to slowly roll myself down towards the floor. So we're just going to get a rolling sensation happening in the back. Go as far as your body allows you to, let everything just become a heavy weight. The feet are firmly on the ground and my knees are soft. Bring your fingertips to the floor and then extend those legs as much as you can. It doesn't matter how far you go. Broadly feel tighter than each other, so we just work for as far as our body allows us to. Take a deep knee bend. Exhale. Inhale. Knee bend. Exhale. Just a couple more of those, just allowing the softness. Let's fit in that wonderful stretch. Last one. And then pause on the extension. Allowing that give a little bit more for the head, for the chest. Just loosening the neck, perhaps rotating, rolling around. And then just come into the center. We're going to soften the knees. We're going to take a little walk forward. And then rock your body weight forward. Coming into a pause here. Push back into your heels, extend through the knees. Take your eye gaze just in front of you. And find that strong extension through the body. Inhale, lift the hips up. Come into downward facing dog. The legs are still wide. Pause, you melt your head and chest through the arms, strong in the arms, pressing all 5 fingers firmly into the floor and pressing your heels deeply down towards the ground. We inhale, roll forward. Pause and extend. Now remember, your option is to drop your knees. And if you drop your knees, don't let your hips sink. Okay, that's not a plan. You lift the hips and you feel your abs holding your body in this position. And then on your next breath, lift up, down, down. Pause, press deep into those heels. Take a breath, roll forward again into that. Eye gaze slightly forward, extend spine through the back. Remember your options to drop to your knees. Your shoulders should feel this, your arms. One more breath wherever you are. Inhale, lift those hips. Downward facing dog and melt it down. Heels to the floor, hips up high, extend the legs. You want to create an upside down V. So that is what you are looking for. So a little bit stronger this time. If you're staying on your toes, you're going to rock forward. You're going to pull your back knee towards your front elbow. Return it back into that downward facing dog. Coming forward, front knee towards the back elbow and back in. So we're doing a little rotation. We're coming forward, rotating the hip towards the floor, coming forward, rotating the hip towards the floor. So you can make this as strong or as easy as you like. If you want to stay on your knees, it's feeling a bit too much, just come forward, pull the knee in, and then push the knee back. Come forward, pull the knee in, so it's in a hover, and push it back. Okay, so forward, half plank, push it in. Forward, half plank, push it in. Okay, so that's your easy option. Otherwise, stay high up on the toes, and we'll come forward, a little rotation, and lift it up. Forward, rotation, 2 more each side. Very important to keep the breath. Last one each side. And to the other side. And then lift up one more time. And drop your knees wide, big toes together. Sink back into child's pose. Drop the elbows, relax the arms. If your wrists are feeling it, rotate the wrists. And just sink your bottom down into those heels. Melt your head and chest. And then bring yourself up onto your hands and feet. So we're going to do a little upper body exercise now. It's quite a nice one. We're still going to involve working on the hands. First of all, just take the pressure off the wrist for a bit. Come to your elbows. And we're going to take this front knee into a hover. You're going to squeeze it up and lower it down. Squeeze it up and lower it down. Just breathe. I've just lost my screen, so bear with me. Keep going. Sit. Just a lift. So when you bring that leg down, it hovers. So your opposite buttock is going to feel this. Two more. Don't let your lower back dip. Hold and pulse. Pulse. Just pointing for the toes, squeezing that butt. Press, press, keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7. Come on, squeeze it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Land it down. So before we do the other side, come back up into your hands. Take a breath in. We're going to tuck the toes. You're going to do a combination exercise. So we're going to lift the knees into a plank. You're going to drop the knees down. You're going to slide your back hand forward and out to the side, bending both your elbows and dipping down into a push-up, sliding the hand back, extend the legs. Drop the knees, take the opposite hand out wide. I'm about the corner of my mat. Drop down, slightly angling your chest towards that hand, back in, extend. So knees, hand, push up, hand back, extend, knees, hand out, push up, back to here, extend, knees, out, push up, and so on, yeah? So just keep going through your breath. If this is too much for some of you, bring your knees a little bit further under. Just do a little knee hover, and if your shoulders don't like it, take your hands wide equally both sides and do a little push up, bring them back under, a knee hover, drop, hands wide, push up. So you lose that full plank. Yeah, that's your alternative. Otherwise, keep powering up. Just lifting those knees, dropping down to the corner, push up, back in, extend, knees down, push up. Let's go, 4 more, wherever you are. Power up through those arms. Lift, down. I lost count now. Last one on each side, I think. Just do 1 more each side, even if I've got it wrong. Lift, down, out, power it up, come back into the middle, and as you drop to your elbows, take a cat stretch. Curl up through the spine. Then bring your spine back to neutral. Use the camera. It's always good to use the camera to look at your positioning. Hover your back knee off the floor, and we're going to swoop that leg up and then drop it back to that hover. So now we're taking a little bit more weight, leaning into the front buttock. But we're squeezing through that back buttock to raise the leg up and down, and the knee just brushes the floor. If you take your leg too far, your lower back's going to dip like that, okay? That's taking you out of the control of your hip extension. So you just squeeze to the point where the maximum of your muscle is working to its maximum, and then you release. Three more. Hold your last one up into the air and then press it up. Squeeze, Squeeze, get that knee high, squeeze that butt. Feel it working every time. Keep it going. 10, 9, 8, come on, 7, squeeze it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And lower it down. Take a breath. Come up onto your hands. Arch the spine. Back to neutral. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. So this time we're going to roll through. We're going to repeat the exercise rolling through our toes, turning the knee towards the elbow, and see if you can deepen it by dropping through the elbows and returning, and then extending the leg to the sky. So you're rocking forward, you're doing the same side, twisting and kicking up. So do your back leg like I'm doing. Back leg. Alternatively, you can be on your knees, reach that leg back, come forward and tuck it under. Reach it back, come forward, tuck it under, yeah? So that's your little stage down if you're feeling it's too much rolling in that plank. So wherever you are, if you're on the floor on your hands and knees, give me 6 more. If you're up high, let's do 4 more. Don't rush it. You can make this as hard or as easy as you like. Now, when you've done that last reach forward, everyone kick up to a downward facing dog with both feet on the floor. So if you've been on your knees, come up. Take 1 more breath. Let's all float forward. Try and do a strong plank on your toes. Hold it. Take that knee, drift it forward, pause it there, just for 5 more seconds. Breathe, don't let it drop. And then drop it. Pigeon, one of my favourite stretches. Take the foot over, knee going the other side of the mat, hips come square. You lift up tall, and we're just going to drop straight down in the middle. Let your weight fall equally on your hips. Now, I know that some of you have hip and knee issues, so you sit into that buttock at the back, then there's no pressure in the joints, and then you find your stretch. You want to try and fit it across the side of the buttock into your hip. And just breathe and relax down. Wriggle through the hips if you wish. Just do whatever you like. This is about stretching. It's about finding what's right for you. I always like to move in my stretches. I can't seem to hold them. I find it a little bit more uncomfortable to hold. So it's just kind of feel like I'm easing into the depth of the stretch. And then I want you to just bring yourself up onto your hands. And we're going to take it to a strong quad stretch. So bring your back hand in front of you. Bend your front heel in towards your bottom. Take this arm, catch the inside of your foot. Drive the heel into the bottom. Then see if you can just subtly turn your chest around to the front. If you're more flexible, you might want to get that foot inside the elbow and work there. Okay, find what works for you. If you wish, drop to your elbow. That's going to deepen that stretch a little bit more on that quad. Whew. Feeling that today. Keep breathing. Ouchie, ouch. I'm going to persevere. And then release that leg. Come back up onto your hands. Tuck your toes. And let's lift back up into that downward facing dog. So stay here for a good 4 to 5 breaths, walking through your legs. If you wish, you can just come into child's pose if you need a quick breather before we go back into that floating forward and back plank. It doesn't matter if you need to rest off. It's all about listening to yourself. Remember, there's no point in pushing through and injuring yourself if you're not ready for it. It's just not going to benefit you. Okay, so when you are ready, we're going to take our bodies forward. The front knee is going to come forward, twist and drop. And then see if you can kick that leg all the way back up to the sky. Come forward, twist and drop, kick it up and extend. Remember, the alternate exercise for this is just extend your leg back and then curl under, extend your leg back, curl under. So breathe. You might want to do a bit of both. Try a bit of both. So 6 more, guys. Make this strong. If you're doing your curls under, you're doing 8 more. Give me 4 more if you're doing the ones on the toes. And if you finish, if you're on your knees, you finish before everybody else, just come up into that downward facing dog and pause on it. Last one. Oh, I'm not lifting my leg behind me. Oops, never mind. Park those feet and just take a little walk through. Be strong in the arms. Lift up through the hips, extend the spine. And just sink the heels into the floor, extend those legs. We inhale, roll it forward. Take that front knee to a hover. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, and park it. So the knee comes over this way, the foot goes over that way. We square our hips off, we lift up and we lift. So a nice high position through the spine. Ooh, I'm out of breath today. So find your breath and then sink yourself forward. Remember, if it doesn't work for you in your joints, sink over into the buttock and find your stretch there. Sometimes I prefer to do it anyway because I just get a slightly deeper stretch if I'm feeling particularly tight in the buttocks. But just wriggle your way through, do what works for you. And then just bring yourself up into your hands, lift tall. And if you can, bend the back heel in. So the front hand comes into the middle, you open this arm out, catch the inside of your foot, guide the heel in towards the bottom and try and push your hip and shoulder back around to the front. If you're pretty flexible, you might be able to get that foot in the elbow. Yikes. Oh, and then pull around to the front and just breathe if you can. Drop the elbow if you can. Let go of any tension. If you're really struggling to catch that foot, it does help to come down here and do it that way. I should have told you that on the other side, but it's a good little hint. Release that back leg when you're ready. Lift up tall, and this time we just roll over and swing our feet around. Bring your bottoms quite close to your heels and then just roll down to the floor. Rest down. Palms down, palms down. Heel toe your feet wide, so like we did at the beginning. We're starting with a wide stance. Open the knees to match the ankle position. And then when you're ready, inhale, raise the hips up into a bridge. So we're going to pause in the bridge. We naturally kind of roll into the outer edges of our feet. So try and turn your ankles slightly so that your arches are pushing down, but the knees open. And you'll just feel those buttocks firing off a little bit different. We're going to exhale, squeeze the thighs together. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. And try and maintain your hip height the whole time. So if you're feeling that touching your thighs together is pretty easy, you might need to take your feet a little bit wider. We're all built differently, so sometimes this is a struggle. Sometimes you find your knees don't even touch, and the thighs aren't even going together. So you need to really push and get deeper into it. Squeeze that butt and lift up high. So every time you're going into this exercise, you're trying to add a little bit more energy into it. 3 more. This kills my butt. Hold your last one in that squeeze. And pulse, pulse, pulse. Try not to let the hips drop. 7, 6, 5, 4. Squeeze your butt. And inhale, open your legs. Exhale, drop it down. Woo. Take a breath. So keeping your legs wide, if your legs up to tabletop, and bring the big toes together so you've got a diamond shape. Your arms are coming wide. You're going to inhale, tap down. Exhale, come up. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, up. So nothing more complex than that, just dropping down. And we've got to try and keep those knees open the whole time. This is very unnatural to quite a lot of people. So you've really got to think about pushing the feet together, allowing that knees open and working the inner thighs. If you want more in the abs, you just simply take the lever longer and then shorten it again. Take it longer and then shorten it. If this feels too much for you, then you can just tap one foot down, lift it up, tap one foot down, lift it up. So we're going to do 8 more or 4 more each side. Inhale, power up. Inhale, power up. Coming up to the last couple of reps. When you've done your last one, hold your legs up and then lift the feet a little bit higher and open those knees, fluttering your knees. Just maintaining this position. Squeeze deep into your abdomen. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the feet. Let the knees fall out. Allow your lower back just to gently lift off the ground. And then just rock side to side. And rock yourself back into the middle. Slowly bringing the knees together. Or you just lightly turn over onto your buttock. So I'm not turning all the way over onto my side, I'm just turning onto my buttock. Arm reaches out, comes up onto my elbow. My elbow is slightly forward of my shoulder. Then from there, bring your hand to the side of the head, staying on this buttock at the bottom, lift the legs into a little hover. And we reach in to our foot or heel, extend the legs away as the hands come back. Inhale. Inhale. Extend and bend. And breathe. And breathe. 6 more. If this is too much for you, drop the bottom leg, do the top leg together, top leg on its own, sorry. Just pulling in. Last 2. Last 1. Hold the crunch. Reach the arm up. Extend the legs for 5, 4, squeeze, 2, and 1. Good. Take it back down over onto your back. Straight over to the other side. So you can either turn your back towards me or flip ends. So I can switch ends just by demonstrating. You know I like patterns, so this doesn't feel like a pattern right now. So usually I just flip over onto the other side, but it's important that you see what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, set yourself up. So onto that elbow, leaning into the underneath buttock, so the legs just sort of subtly float, hand to the side of the head. When you are ready, we curl in, reaching to the foot. Then lengthen the arms, fingers to the side of the head. Really tuck those thighs up in towards your abdomen and then kick it away. Remember, if it's too much, drop that leg and just pull in, reach, kick away. You're still going to get the oblique workout from that, okay? Right, 5 more of these left. Come on, let's go. 4, 3, 2, last one, holds in. Extend the arm up, extend the legs away, hold, straighten, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, release. Come over onto your bottom, and then just drop yourself down. Take a breath. Let's take it into a stretch. Plant this foot on the knee, lift that back thigh in. Drop your head and shoulders down into the floor. And stretch into that buttock. Find your breath. Just try and push this front knee away from you as you drive that back thigh in. But you're also trying to get that bottom firmly into the ground. So lots of arm strength here. Now, holding onto this leg, extend that leg up to the sky, slide the ankle across to the shin, so my legs are crossed, release your arms, and then little crisscrosses, down and up. Breathing, 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 all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, and all the way down. Option is to keep your knees bent, crisscross them in a 90-degree angle from the knee, so you're not putting too much pressure on the lower back. So wherever you are, 4 more, 3 more, don't go all the way down to the floor, 2 more, make this your last one, and then uncross, tuck those knees in, take a little roll around on your lower back, and drop the feet back to the floor, taking that back ankle over the knee, lifting that thigh, catching it, and dropping your head and shoulders down, stretching that back buttock, again pushing your bottom firmly into the ground, opening the knee as much as you can, using that arm strength, shoulders fixed into the floor. And this time we're going to extend that leg up to the sky, sliding the ankle again, keeping the legs where they are. Little grip your hands, your fingers like this, reach up to those toes and just pulse press. You can uncross if you don't want to keep them crossed. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it there. Uncross cross your way and go, go, go. Come on, reach, get those shoulders off the floor. 16. Come on, come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Uncross. Bend those knees in. Hug them in. Take them wide and just rock through your lower back. Drop your back foot into the floor. Extend this front leg and just take it into a hamstring stretch. Taking that leg flat to the ground. Pushing this leg as straight as possible. If you have a band or strap or belt or towel, anything, you can just loop it over the ball of the foot and go a little bit deeper if you wish. A good 5 breaths here. Go that little bit deeper. Push that knee into extension. And then lift the back leg up. Swap the hands over to the other side. Lower that leg down and stretch. 5 deep breaths on this one. So we're trying to straighten out this knee, keeping the hip bone grounded. Other legs press deeply into the floor. Shoulders are relaxed. And we're just pushing that leg as far as it will go. And then when you're ready, just release that leg down onto the ground. Put it back in, taking your hands around the back of the thigh and just roll yourself up to seated. Spin around, come and sit comfortably onto your bottom, legs crossed. Reach the arms out. Inhale, raise your arms up, extend up, look forward and just let your body drop down. Drop the chin, drop the chest, let the spine soften and just take a couple of breaths, allowing that give through the body. Begin to walk through your fingers, lifting up. Once you come to the top, just lean into your hands, lift the chest, And then lean back, swap your foot position. Sit up tall, raise your arms up. Inhale to the ceiling, look forward and just float down again. Hands to the ground, soften through the head, soften through the chest and drop down. And then gently walk yourself in. Let your hands just relax nicely onto your knees. Close your eyes. Sit in a very neutral spine, so don't try to lift up, just engage your abs as you hold yourself here. Shoulders down. Inhale, open your arms, and exhale, float the arms up gently, bringing your hands together, float them down to your chest, bow down. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a wonderful week, and I will catch you next week. Bye bye.